it makes me feel proud of them that they're actually interacting and just being the person that they want to be. So that makes me really proud when they accomplish something, and I think makes them feel proud too.
I guess it's with his typing, and as he's progressed over the years, just every time he is able to communicate just one more little thing each day. And
he's learning how to talk in complete sentences, which was really hard. He's actually learning a lot, and I'm really proud because he's not as he was before. He's better.
When he's at home and he's doing his homework and he knows how to figure a problem out, I think he's doing a really good job, and that's when I'm proud of him.
We're at a function with not normal, but non-mentally disabled kids, and it was at a playground, and usually she doesn't interact with other kids. She sort of just sticks to her own sandbox. And we were watching her, and she found a friend who could talk, and her friend didn't really seem to care, just like, hey, play with my toy. But yeah, so we found that very cool.
When we were moving here, we were kind of like, well, I don't really know what's going to happen or anything, so we moved here, and everything just went great, and he made new friends, and I made new friends, and it was just awesome. And to see him like go from being like kind of comfortable in his old school to being like interactive with everyone and just being like talking and stuff, it's been great.
He's made a lot of good friends. When he was younger, he didn't talk a lot, he didn't have very many friends, and he was kind of antisocial. And he's got a really good friend now, Mac, who he plays with all the time, and I was really proud that he was able to like step forward and make that friendship and get to know him really well.
And he likes letters and numbers.
I'm most proud of my sister when she comes home like every day after school and brings home the report that her teachers fill out, and they all say, how her day was and stuff like that, and she brings home all these projects, and sometimes some of that, like I'm included in some of the projects. She'll draw pictures of the family, and I'm proud of her when she brings home the projects and she is able to talk about her family, and she's made an improvement from when she was 5 years old. She can, label who is the sister, who is the mom, who is the dad, and this and this, and now that she's 15 and she's grown up, she can do that. So
when he graduated high school, that was awesome because he was the first one in the state in the autism program to graduate, and to watch him walk across that stage was really fulfilling.
With my brother Matthew, one time when I let him go on the computer, he was able to figure out how to play his game Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which is a really advanced game, and since he's only 7, I found that really amazing that he was able to comprehend it and stuff.
I used to go surfing, so there was a program and it brought autistic kids and it made them surf. So they took my brother out on a board one day, and he was like, no, I don't want to go, and he was crying and he didn't want to go in. And then the moment he got in the water, he just stood up on the board, and he loved it right away. And then he was asking for more and more and more, and it was just I knew what it felt like to catch the wave, and now he knows what it felt like, so I was just really proud of him then.
And my mom used to have to prepare his dinner, but now he knows how to make his own dinner. Actually, he can make top ramen by himself. He knows how to stick the corn needle things into the corn. And one night my mom didn't have to tell him anything. He just did it all by himself.
She'll ask intelligent questions, and she'll understand things that we tell her. She'll put that in her brain, and she'll try really hard to remember that kind of stuff.
I was also really proud that he made advances. When he was younger, he didn't talk at all. It was really hard. He had someone coming to him once a week he was like playing with him and doing different activities, and he didn't speak. And just over the years, he learned and he started to talk, and he became a lot more social, making the friends that he did.
Yeah, I'm definitely proud because the first time I heard him use the word I, and he barely ever uses the word I was really proud of him because he actually understood how to use that word, and he doesn't use it a lot now anymore, but it was just really surprising. And when he talks in complete sentences, and sometimes he seems like a normal kid, so that's really fun.
He talks a lot, and it's hard for him to talk, so we teach him how to talk really well. And sometimes he says words that we never even knew he could say. Like one time, we were up in Lake Tahoe with our family, and then my aunt and my brother were watching a movie, and then during one of his favorite parts, he got up in front of the TV, and my aunt told him, "Kevin, sit down." And he goes to sit down, and at the very end of the movie, my aunt went to get the tape, and she started walking in front of the TV, and he said, "Emily, sit down." And then everybody that was outside, they heard, they came in and they're like, "Did Kevin just talk?" And then Emily's like, "Yeah, you just told me to sit down." And it was kind of weird.
I feel really proud of them, like, every single day, because they always do something that in other people's eyes really isn't extraordinary, but to me and my parents it is, because even if they say a new word or they learn something new, to us that's just an improvement.
Is what is going to probably stick in my mind is me and my dad were out in our living room, and we were just sitting there watching TV, and the next thing you know, Sean came into the room, and he points down at the cushion, and he's going, "Snake, snake!" So, I mean, we look down at the cushion, there seems to be this plastic snake in there. It turned out to be real, and so he was the first one to realize it and see it, and it's always just been there. It's one of those silly stories.
James loves to copy voices from his shows he watches, because he watches a lot of TV. That's actually how he learned how to talk and read some of his stuff. So he copies all this other stuff off of that, and then he like puts it into these sentences, and like at random moments he just says something like, "Mom, what was one?" It was like we were playing Uno, and he was talking about what was it? Forgot what it was, but he was going, "No, no," and waving his hands everywhere. It was so funny. He started all cracking up.
I remember when we were little, she used to be really slow at hand-eye coordination. So, and I was always like really fast and everything. I was always such the tomboy. So I would always like try and play basketball or, you know, like soccer with her and stuff like that. And she's a year older than me. So now that I'm like involved in volleyball, she's always at the games and she's always watching the games and stuff. And I have volleyballs around the house that I'm always playing with, and she's gotten a lot better at hand-eye coordination just because I'm always like, "Okay, throw the ball in, I'm going to pass it, and then you're going to catch it, and you're going to throw it." And she'll do it. Like, she's understanding more about hand-eye coordination, and she has a bike that she rides on, and she rides a bike, and she's trusted to go around the block by herself, and will, you know, stay outside and watch her go around as many times as she can, and she used to not be able to do that. So I think that's a big achievement for my sister.
Yeah, one time we were outside and I played basketball with him for an hour, and I actually got him to make a free throw, and that was really cool, and I was just really proud of him because it was fun to see him just play like any other kid would, and then you know that he can do anything really that he wants to if he sets his mind to it.
I'm glad that they're my brothers and they're my sister, and I'm just happy for them, and I just feel great when they accomplish something, makes them feel good and makes me feel good. Everybody I know feel good, and I think it's pretty good.